Welcome to Conquer Your Chaos, Simple Strategies for Healthy Living. My name is Jennifer Shlomovich and I'm a certified coach. And today I really wanted to talk about our values and why traditional meal planning doesn't work for me. Meal planning has been an area I have struggled with for a really long time, and I have been really hard on myself and have felt like there's something wrong with me because I would see all these different ways of doing it on Pinterest and other videos that I have followed, and there's these traditional ways of planning meals. And it just hasn't worked for me. And what I realized through my trial and error in these different meal plans that I've tried is instead of focusing on what doesn't work for me and being hard on myself, I started focusing on what it was that I really wanted to do and what worked for me instead. And the past couple of weeks have been the least stressed I've been about meal planning. So what I've noticed is a lot of the meals that I make at home usually consist of the same variations of vegetables and proteins, but just being cooked up in different ways and repackaged in different ways to create different meals. And so now, instead of having to stress out about what do I need on my grocery list and all of that, okay, I'm going to buy these vegetables. We usually have salad. We usually have soup. Most of those things have like the same fundamental things. And then I get a little creative and get something different to make a different variation of that. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about today, was just doing the things that work for you and focusing on what's right for you. And I've talked about this topic before in other videos about doing what's right for you. And sometimes what I've learned in my experiences with that is you have to experience a lot of what doesn't work for you first before you can start realizing what does work for you. It's kind of like dating, right? You don't know what kind of people you like to spend time with until you dated, and then through trial and error, you realize what kind of people you want to spend your time with. Which brings me to the important topic of the shoulds. So where in your life do you place shoulds? So an example of, you wanting to do something, but you feel like you should be doing something else. And so you feel this inner conflict, or the way you're doing something which feels natural for you is not necessarily how everyone else does it. So you feel like you should be doing it differently instead of embracing what's natural and comfortable for you. This can also be a very powerful journaling assignment that you could do by just answering the question, where do I place shoulds in my life? Where we feel shoulds and we feel like things are not natural and we have to be forced about something, those are areas in our life that we are not honoring our values. Our values are the foundation of who we are, and they're the essence of our being. And when we are doing things that are not who we are or who we really are authentically, those things go against our values. So some examples: when you are with friends or family members that you feel challenged by, you feel drained, you feel frustrated, you feel angry, those people are challenging one or more of your values. So when you're feeling irritated and challenged, that means your values are someone's poking at your values. So for example, let's say you have a friend who's always late, showing up late. Maybe your value is punctuality. And when that person shows up late, it frustrates you because that action is challenging your value of punctuality. Another example is communication. if people don't communicate with you and it really upsets you and frustrates you when there's poor communication being implemented, your value of communication is being challenged, and that can be an important value for you. So think about all the different things. A way to get clear about what your values are is think about the things that piss you off and really upset you. And those things are a result, those feelings are a result of your values not being met and not being supported. So the opposite of that is when you're with people who you feel energized with being, I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry. When you're with people who you feel excited to spend time with and they energize you and you just feel things are in the flow and it feels natural, those people are supporting your values. They're in the flow with your values. And the same thing also with jobs. When we're working and we're at the workplace and there's things that we feel things are feeling in the flow in our workplace, that means things are supporting our values. So where are your values being supported? Where are your values not being supported? And all of that, it impacts our lives in different ways. We have values for our jobs that are different maybe from our values for our home life. But yeah, when you take that time to understand your values and you do things that support them, that's when we feel less stressed. That's when we feel less angry or annoyed or frustrated, because our values are the foundation of who we are naturally. And so when we do things that support that, then that's what really helps us confidently go through things in our lives. So remember, if you're feeling discontent in some area of your life, that means your values are not being supported. When things feel natural and comfortable for you and flow with ease, that means your values are being supported. Thanks for joining me today. This is the first time I've done a video solo for a while. The month of November, I had some great guests. If you haven't seen those interviews, you can check them out on my YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm working on having some other interviews coming up soon, so stay tuned for those. And have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye.